At 3:47 a.m., USS Arleigh Burke launches 6 Tomahawk missiles, slicing through darkness toward Yamato, 150 kilometers away. A Japanese Zero dives at USS Arleigh Burke at dawn. CIWS fires, shredding the plane into sparkling debris. October 25, 1944, Leyte Gulf, the largest naval battle in history, unfolds, with warships clashing amid burning seas. A futuristic USS Arleigh Burke Flight 3 appears in Surigao Strait, replacing USS Melvin with unmatched technology. The 9,700-ton destroyer, 509 feet long, bristles with radar, missiles, and a 5-inch gun. A marvel of 2023. Japan's fleet, led by Admiral Kurita, boasts Yamato and Musashi, 72,000-ton Titans with 18.1-inch guns. Nagato, 10 heavy cruisers, 15 destroyers, and Ozawa's carriers form Japan's desperate last stand at Leyte. Japanese ships rely on lookouts with binoculars, blind to the radar-guided predator lurking in the darkness. USS Arleigh Burke's AN/S-6 radar tracks every enemy vessel, lighting up screens like a starry battlefield. The destroyer's 96 vertical launch cells hold Tomahawks, SM-6, SM-2, and ESSM missiles, ready for devastation. Its electronic warfare system can jam enemy signals, while sonar tracks torpedoes with pinpoint accuracy. Yamato and Musashi, giants of steel, loom under moonlight, unaware of the modern threat approaching fast. Japanese crews, hardened by years of Pacific battles, prepare for a fight they cannot comprehend. USS Arleigh Burke's captain, in a neon-lit control room, orders weapons free, igniting the battle. The first Tomahawk streaks north at 900 kilometers on average 50 feet above waves, invisible to Japanese lookouts. A Tomahawk slams into Yamato's bridge, erupting in fire, obliterating the command center in seconds. Secondary explosions ripple through Yamato, flames soaring as the flagship tilts under a smoky sky. Musashi takes 2 Tomahawk hits. Its bow becomes an inferno. Engines dead, sinking in darkness. Japanese ships collide in panic, signal lights flashing wildly as radios flood with cries of confusion. Crews scream of ghost bombers or submarines, unable to grasp one destroyer's devastating power. USS Arleigh Burke races north at 35 knots, waves crashing white against its sleek gray hull. Japanese float planes spot a lone gray shape at dawn, mistaking it for a 1940s cruiser. From 75 kilometers, SM-6 missiles launch, streaking at Mach 3.5 toward the heavy cruiser Chokai. Chokai's bridge explodes in a blinding flash, reduced to twisted metal as crew scatter in chaos. Suzuya's ammunition magazines detonate, a fireball consuming the cruiser under the morning sky. Oh, these. Japanese 8-inch shells splash harmlessly around USS Arleigh Burke, unable to hit its 35-knot speed. The destroyer's 5-inch gun fires radar-guided shells, air-bursting over Japanese destroyers with deadly precision. Tungsten shrapnel rains on enemy bridges, shredding crews, leaving ships leaderless and adrift. Japanese destroyers scatter, their torpedo spreads launched blindly. No match for modern sonar tracking. In Surigao Strait, Admiral Nishimura's southern force advances, Fuso and Yamashiro under moonlight. USS Arleigh Burke's radar locks onto Nishimura's fleet, marking each ship with cold digital precision. 8 Tomahawks launch, streaking low over the strait, their paths lit by faint exhaust trails. Fuso splits in half, a massive explosion illuminating the strait as waves crash against wreckage. Yamashiro burns bow to stern, flames reflecting on water as it sinks into the depths. Destroyer Michishio vanishes in a fiery ball. Debris scattering across the narrow Surigao Strait. Japanese destroyers launch torpedoes, their wakes cutting through the sea, aiming for the lone destroyer. USS Arleigh Burke's sonar tracks each torpedo. The ship weaves, dodging with graceful, high-speed precision. The destroyer's missile cells run low, forcing reliance on its 5-inch gun and CIWS defenses. Far north, Ozawa's carrier force appears on radar. 4 carriers with 100 planes, a fading threat. USS Arleigh Burke launches SM-2 and ESSM missiles, creating a deadly anti-air umbrella skyward. Searching. Japanese A6M-0s explode at 50 km/h, fireballs dotting the sky as pilots plummet into the sea. At 30 kilometers, more planes erupt in flames, their wreckage spiraling into the Philippine waters below. At 10 kilometers, surviving Kates are shredded by CIAS, a storm of 4,500 rounds per minute. A Zero pilot, trailing smoke, aims for the destroyer's bridge in a desperate kamikaze dive. CIWS locks on, firing a tungsten wall. The Zero disintegrates, splashing harmlessly into the sea. With air threats gone, USS Arleigh Burke closes on Ozawa's carriers, its gun now leading the charge. From 15 kilometers, 5-inch shells target Tsukaku's fuel bunkers, igniting a blaze that engulfs the carrier. Zueho's deck erupts in flames, unarmored steel, no match for radar-guided modern ammunition. Chitos burns, its hull crumbling as black smoke rises like a funeral pyre over the sea. By noon, October 25, 1944, Japan's fleet lies in ruins, scattered across the Philippine waters. Yamato and Musashi, pride of Japan, rest on the seafloor, their crews lost to history. 4 battleships, 4 carriers, and dozens of cruisers and destroyers litter the ocean's depths. USS Arleigh Burke stands unscathed, its ammunition spent, but its hull untouched by enemy fire. The destroyer's radar, missiles, and electronic warfare turned Leyte Gulf into a one-sided slaughter. Japan's reliance on binoculars and manual gunnery left them defenseless against 2023 technology. The ANSPY-6 radar tracked hundreds of targets, calculating intercepts faster than human thought. Tomahawk missiles, unseen in darkness, struck with precision no 1944 fleet could counter. SM-6 and ESSM missiles dominated the skies, rendering Japanese air attacks utterly futile. The 5-inch gun's radar-guided shells hit with accuracy no World War II ship could match. Electronic warfare systems jammed Japanese radios, sowing confusion across their scattered fleet. Sonar allowed USS Arleigh Burke to dance between torpedoes, evading every desperate attack. Japan's veteran crews, skilled in night battles, were outclassed by a single modern destroyer. The Imperial Navy's last gamble at Leyte Gulf crumbled under the weight of future technology. This battle shows how radar reshaped warfare, giving unmatched awareness in chaotic seas. Missiles, with their long-range precision, made traditional naval gunnery obsolete overnight. Electronic warfare disrupted enemy coordination, turning Japan's fleet into a leaderless mob. USS Arleigh Burke's speed and agility outmaneuvered every ship and torpedo in its path. The destroyer's technology represented 80 years of innovation, compressed into one unstoppable hull. Leyte Gulf, meant to be Japan's final stand, became a showcase of modern naval dominance. The battle's outcome shifted history's course, proving technology's power to redefine warfare. USS Arleigh Burke's presence turned a desperate struggle into a swift, decisive victory. Japan's mighty Yamato-class battleships, once invincible, were no match for guided missiles. The loss of Zuikaku, Zueho, and Chitos marked the end of Japan's carrier strength. By annihilating Japan's fleet, USS Arleigh Burke saved countless American lives at Leyte. The destroyer's crew, operating advanced systems, fought a battle beyond their enemy's comprehension. This clash highlights how innovation can shift the balance of power in mere hours. Radar, missiles, and electronic warfare redefined naval combat, leaving 1944 tactics obsolete. USS Arleigh Burke's victory was not just tactical, but a testament to technological evolution. The Imperial Japanese Navy, once a Pacific Titan, was erased by a single modern ship. Leyte Gulf became a graveyard, with Japan's dreams of empire sinking into the depths. By noon, October 25, 1944, the Philippine Sea is littered with the wreckage of Japan's once mighty fleet. Sunlight glints off twisted metal as Yamato and Musashi lie broken, swallowed by the ocean's depths. 4 Japanese carriers, Zuikaku, Zuiho, Chitos, burn, their smoke rising like tombstones over the waves. Dozens of cruisers and destroyers sink, their crews lost in the chaos of a one-sided battle. USS Arleigh Burke, unscathed, sails through the debris, its gray hull a symbol of unmatched power. The destroyer's crew, calm in their high-tech bridge, executed a flawless victory with minimal losses. Japan's defeat at Leyte Gulf marks the end of its naval dominance in the Pacific War. The Imperial Navy's last desperate gamble failed against a single ship from the future. USS Arleigh Burke's technology, radar, missiles, and electronic warfare rewrote the rules of naval combat. This battle proves that innovation can turn the tide, even against overwhelming numbers. Leyte Gulf, meant to be Japan's resurgence, became a graveyard due to one modern destroyer. Radar gave USS Arleigh Burke unmatched awareness, tracking enemies invisible to 1944 technology. Tomahawk missiles struck from 150 kilometers unseen, rendering Japan's massive guns useless in combat. SM-6 and ESSM missiles created an impenetrable shield, neutralizing Japan's air and sea threats. The 5-inch gun, guided by radar, delivered precision strikes no World War II ship could match. Electronic warfare disrupted Japan's radios, leaving their fleet scattered and leaderless in chaos. Sonar allowed the destroyer to evade torpedoes, dancing through danger with effortless precision. USS Arleigh Burke's speed at 35 knots outran every ship and weapon Japan deployed. This clash shows how technology can redefine warfare, shifting power in mere hours. The destroyer's victory saved countless American lives, altering the course of Leyte Gulf. Japan's veteran crews, skilled in traditional combat, were helpless against 2023's advanced systems. The Imperial Navy, once a Pacific Titan, was erased by a single, futuristic warship. USS Arleigh Burke stands as a testament to 80 years of naval technological evolution. Leyte Gulf highlights the importance of innovation in shaping the outcome of wars. One modern destroyer proved that progress, not numbers, now dictates victory on the seas.